And what a way to spend a Friday. Let's get to our What to Watch segment with film critic Dale Pollack. We know him and love him. Good morning, Dale. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Great to be with all three of you.
Yes,
yeah,
you too.
Dale here to save the day on a Friday after a rocky start. Jackie, before you intro this first movie, I have to preface to Dale that I'm going to see this later today.
Okay.
I'm going to see it.
Whether you liked it or not, Dale.
This will be important, Dale. I'm interested to see what you have to say.
Okay, well,
I'm sure there is.
Without further ado, the first one that we're talking about here is Twisters, Dale.
I'm sure there's a lot of meteorological interest in this film. Every weatherman in the country will probably be attending. This is a remake, basically, of the original Twister film that came out in 1996. And that had a big impact on an entire generation of moviegoers who looked back to that film as the first effects film that really stunned them. This is a different kind of remake. It's directed by Lee Isaac Chung, a Korean-American director who actually, his film Minari won an Oscar 4 years ago. And look, you go to this movie to see the tornadoes, and the effect sequences in this film are astonishing. I can't imagine how they did it. I'm somewhat familiar with special effects. This is way beyond my pay level. And it's just pretty mind-blowing, the effects they're able to do. But I have a little bit of a problem with this film, because given what the weather has been for the last several years, the destruction tornadoes have inflicted on the American public, and now we're supposed to enjoy it as a movie. So to me, this kind of intrudes on what I call the politics of suffering. We know what tornadoes can do to communities, and yet we kind of glorify it in this movie because you have these tornado chasers led by Glenn Powell and then a British actress, Daisy Edgar-Jones, who does a very good American accent. They try to develop a kind of three-way romance involving another good young actor, Anthony Ramos. That doesn't work. What works are the tornadoes. And again, are we really getting entertainment out of something that has inflicted so much suffering across the country? So that's just my little question about the politics of this film. It is entertaining. There's no doubt about it. It's not great. I don't think it has the impact, honestly, that the first film had, where we had never seen tornadoes depicted like that. Now we're pretty used to it. So some of the mystery is gone, and I think some of the entertainment value goes along with it.
Okay.
There you go.
So that's a very good, I think, critical view on this, Dale. How many popcorns did you end up giving it?
3 popcorns, because you go for the effects, and the effects deliver.
Yeah, that's right. You go to see Twisters for the tornadoes. I agree. And I agree, Dale. I'm with you. I think it's weird to go to a movie and enjoy watching something that's caused so much damage and can be so destructive, having experienced something like that firsthand working in TV with weather. So that's an interesting take on it. I never thought about it. All the weather nerds and weather geeks and storm chasers, they're obviously going to enjoy it because it's tornadoes. But still, thanks, Dale. That was good. I'll keep that in mind and let you know what I think about it next week. Let's talk about our second one now. This is called Tokyo Vice on Max. What do you think about this?
I had not heard about this, and then when I did, I kind of raced through its 2 seasons, and I think it's one of the best series that's on the air right now. Ansel Elgort plays an American journalist in Tokyo who speaks fluent Japanese. The plot revolves around the Japanese mafia syndicate, the Yakuza, and he's got a great insight into a power struggle that's going on. I was really surprised to hear that Apple was not renewing this season, this series for a 3rd season, because the first 2 worked so well, largely in part to Elgort, who is, I think, one of the best young actors around. He was the star of Baby Driver. This film also has Ken Watanabe. If you go back in your memory to the Tom Cruise film, The Last Samurai, he was the major adversary for Tom Cruise in that film. And this is just a series that I really thought deserved a 3rd season. I'm giving it 4 popcorns. I think it's immensely entertaining, it's suspenseful, and it's got terrific acting. So to me, that's a 4 popcorn series.
Wow.
And this one will not disappoint you if you're interested in an American in a foreign arena. Japan's culture is very different than ours, and Ansel Elgort's character has to learn that the hard way.
Maybe
Okay,
we get
yeah,
enough
that's interesting.
viewers. Maybe we get enough people to start watching it to boost the interest, and maybe they will renew it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a campaign. There's been a
Oh.
campaign to try to get Max to do a 3rd season.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, wonderful.
Impressive.
Yes, all right. Dale, our last one this morning is Tell Them You Love Me on Netflix. What'd you think?
This is one of the strangest documentaries I have seen. It involves a white female professor who is into linguistics, and she comes across a black man who is severely disabled because of cerebral palsy. And using a technique called facilitated communication, where she moves her hands over a keyboard and he's supposed to indicate what letter to type, she develops a relationship with him that turns sexual. And his family is first amazed, then outraged, then disgusted. And so the series is really about the legal battles that this professor finds her in, and she ends up going to prison. I'm not doing a spoiler here because the facts of the case were well known. And I found this both an intriguing and a maddening documentary to watch, because the setup, at first you're sympathetic to her. She's trying to help this man who seems trapped in his body, but what she really does is manipulate him. And by the end of the film, at the end of the documentary, I felt outraged. I mean, I just really felt that this was the story of someone using someone for their own purposes. And it gets into issues of sex and race and class. And it's one of the more interesting and, as I said, a little bit frustrating to watch this because it makes you really pick a side. And I like documentaries that do that. I think they're entertaining and they're compelling. I'm giving this 3 popcorns, but it really is a series that can upset you because somebody's being manipulated and taken advantage. And that, to me, is an interesting subject for a documentary.
Fair
Interesting.
enough. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I think 3 popcorns would be something to
Yep.
watch, right?
Yeah, I think on
agree.
the Dale scale, I think that ranges on the to watch. Yeah.
The Dale scale, I like that. Thank you, Dale,
Like
for your time as always on a Friday morning. And for you at home, here are those titles one more time. Twisters in movie theaters right now. Dylan is going to see it later today.
That's right.
Then we have Tokyo Vice on Max and Tell Them You Love Me on Netflix.
And of course, if you enjoy Dale's recommendations, you can find them in 2 ways: by checking out the YouTube playlist for WXII. It's titled Movies in Review, or head to DaleMPollock.com.